They shouldn't be here. They shouldn't have to be here.
8 days after the death of George Floyd, protests continue, but in many places taking on a more peaceful tone tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us here for 17 News at 11. More on that story and the nationwide protests coming up. But first tonight, for the fifth night in a row, demonstrators took to the streets of downtown Bakersfield, protesting the death of George Floyd. He's the black man who died at the hands of Minneapolis police last week. 17's Eitan Wallace was at two demonstrations today, and he joins us live outside police headquarters downtown with a recap. Good evening, Eitan.
And Tammy, good evening to you. As you can see over my right-hand shoulder, there are no protesters now in front of BPD headquarters, but earlier this evening, just a few hours ago, this street, Truxtun Avenue, was filled with hundreds of protesters. Roughly 200 demonstrators marched around downtown Bakersfield this evening, passing the Padre Hotel, Sequoia Sandwich Shop, and the courthouse. The protest began with a moment of silence, specifically 8 minutes and 46 seconds of silence. That symbolizes the amount of time a Minneapolis police officer pressed his knee on George Floyd's neck. Now, before tonight's protest began, Bakersfield Mayor Karen Goh met with some of the demonstrators, and then she addressed the crowd.
We live in an amazing country. But I know that there have been injustices. I know that people have been hurt. I'm horrified and heartbroken, as you are, over the death of George Floyd. And our hearts go out to his family.
We got nothing but love. Anybody who's not a racist, nothing but love. That's it.
Now, earlier today, at least 200 people marched in downtown Bakersfield in another demonstration. Organizer and local attorney Micah Nilsson and his wife coordinated this walk. He said the goal was to show solidarity for their black brothers and sisters in Kern County and around the nation. Members of the People's Baptist Church, who you may know as the organizer of the annual MLK March, also took part in that rally. It is important to note that both of these demonstrations were peaceful today. And one final note, Tammy, Truxtun Avenue, as you can see behind me, look, there's actually cars going by now. That is because within the last few minutes, BPD came by, removed the barriers, and now Truxtun Avenue is open. Reporting live downtown, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.